Hey, what's up, vinyl junkies? My name's Brian and I'm here with another great tutorial on how to clean and care for your vinyl records. Today we're specifically talking about 45s. Now, a 45 looks great when it's in its sleeve, the proper sleeve, whether it's a company sleeve like RCA or Capitol or Columbia, or it's a picture sleeve. It just looks really nice in there. But a lot of times they get damaged over time, especially the tops, where you're constantly thumbing through. And also if you're buying records from like a thrift store or something, they tend to get really folded up and wrinkled right here. So a lot of people just disregard them because they just don't look that great. Well, today we're actually going to restore these sleeves and get them into top-notch shape so we can put these records back in. These are actually the ones, if you guys have been watching the series, you'll know that we've wood glued these 45s as well as a bunch of LPs. I've actually taken the glue off of these for this demonstration, but if you want to watch those videos, I've given you guys quite a bit of information on how to do the wood glue process. But today we're just going to be focusing on restoring the sleeves for these records. So if you have a sleeve that has a lot of wrinkles on it, like this one here, get an iron. Actually, I learned this trick from another YouTuber. His name is Raymond T. Vinyl. And I'll go ahead and put a link in the description for you guys so you can check out his video. I came across it one day and it actually was pretty crazy at first, but just ironing out the wrinkles in the sleeves actually gets them nice and crisp and flat again. And then you can go ahead and take tape, which I use the PhotoSafe acid-free tape, and I just tape down the tops of these. So that way, as you're thumbing through, you're not gonna tear the edges anymore. And if there are some tears on there, we're gonna fix those up. So very simple, straightforward process, guys. I'm gonna do a couple here to show you how it's done. Let's take this first one here because it is pretty wrinkled. We've got this piece here that's folded over on itself. We wanna get as much of the paper flattened out with our hands before we put the iron over it. And you don't wanna have the iron on too hot. Maybe like halfway is probably a good setting. That's probably as good as we're gonna get that. Now we'll go ahead, and you don't wanna leave it on for too long because it is paper, guys. Don't burn the house down. And just run this over here, and you'll see it already starts to, flatten out those little folds that are in the sleeve. This is gonna be perfect, but what it's gonna do is allow you, if you have some tears on the sleeve, you can actually, tape them down once you've gotten all the creases and wrinkles out. All right, so we definitely got a lot of the wrinkles out. There's still a couple in there, but you know what? It's a lot better than what it was. So next thing we're gonna do is where those tears are, there's a couple right here, we're just gonna put some tape on there, that way they don't fold up on themselves again. So just a little bit of tape. We'll just go ahead and tape that down. Cool, that one's good to go. Now, if your sleeve is already good, doesn't have any wrinkles on it, obviously skip this step. But what we wanna do is tape the tops. That way, as you're thumbing through, looking for a 45 to play, you're not gonna wear the paper down and start to tear it over time. What you wanna do is obviously lay it on a flat surface. I'll use the ironing board here. Go ahead and cut yourself off a piece of tape about the same length as the sleeve, maybe a little less. Go ahead and we'll just have it come out about halfway, like that. So that way we can go ahead and fold it over. And before we do that, if there's some tears on there, you wanna take your index finger and just kind of rub them out. And what that's gonna do is, if there's any tears, it's gonna help it stick to the tape before you fold it over on itself. It's not gonna be perfectly flat because, as you can see, most of these sleeves have a little bit of curve to the top of them. But for the most part, it'll fold over nicely. Go ahead and just start in the middle and then work your way out. And so now, that one's good to go. So we've gone ahead and we've reinforced the top. So right now I'm just gonna find the right 45. We'll go ahead and we'll stick this in its sleeve now that we've gone and made it nice and pretty. So this is good to go. And it just looks nice. Now it's in its proper sleeve. The top of it's not gonna fray off anymore because we've taped it down, and it's good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and do this this next one here, which is pretty worn. So because of the type of paper that it is, I don't want to leave the iron on as high. I want to actually drop it down, and I don't want to leave it on there for too long because it will stick to the iron. So I want to go over it pretty quickly. And again, you just want half of it to hang over the sleeve. So we got all that overhang. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our index finger and all the stuff that's folded in on itself, we're just gonna pull back, and then that's gonna stick to the tape. So they've got this little piece right here. You just want to push it up and it'll stick right to that tape. There we go. So yeah, it looks nice. Now we've been able to preserve this picture sleeve, which is great because you want to have it with the record. And so that's pretty much it, guys. Very easy process, but it's going to make your 45s look that much better, especially if you're buying these sleeves at, you know, record stores and thrift shops. A lot of these sleeves are going to be pretty worn and dirty and wrinkled. This is a great way to get them looking their best. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a couple tips and tricks. And if you haven't watched the rest of the series, I encourage you to check it out. There's some amazing other helpful tips on how to clean and care for your records. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.